Today in this video, I'm going to tell you whether you can graft on a big mango tree or not, how I do grafting on a big mango, which tools I use, and what materials I use. I'll explain everything in this video. So let's get started. First of all, here you can see my grafting. If you look closely, this grafting has not shown much growth. And if you see the lower one, that grafting has already failed. You can see that some fungus attacked it from the top, and it got spoiled. Also, this grafting has completely stopped growing and is stuck in one place. I'll also tell you later why grafting fails. Here you can see that in the beginning, the graft was doing well, but later it stopped growing. Now let's look at the next grafting. This one also failed, just like the previous one. It completely stopped its growth. But if you look at the grafting below this, it is somehow doing better and growing nicely. This branch is growing well, but the upper branch is not growing at all. For now, one branch is growing, while the other is stuck. Moving further up, this graft is the most dominant. This is the main graft of this plant. Here you can see it has grown a lot and is doing very well. If you look here, this graft also failed and broke off. Above this, another grafting was done, which also failed. Now, let me show you another graft. This is the main graft of the plant, and it is growing very well. It has developed a lot of branches and is looking good. But here, another graft I had done broke off. That branch has completely died, and it can no longer be grafted because there is no sap left in it. The plant has stopped supplying nutrients to it. The branch has turned hard and stopped growing, so grafting can't be done on it. So basically, this plant is surviving only on one successful graft. This graft was done a year ago, and you can see it has grown very well since then. Now look here. This is another graft I did, and it also succeeded beautifully. The leaves are very healthy and everything is going well. This is an older scion that I did on a small branch, and it's still thriving. The lower one is also the same type and is doing fine. But if I show you on the upper side of the plant, here is another grafting that is not growing properly. It has started to get damaged and turned black from the bottom. Although it is still pushing out some growth from the top, the base has started blackening. This might fail later, but the graftings at the bottom are still very healthy, producing good leaves, and maybe they will even start fruiting next year. Now here's another graft which is growing really well. All these graftings I'm showing you are done on small plants. The reason I'm showing you grafting on small plants, first is so you can understand how they grow, and then later we can move on to grafting on big plants and big trees. Now here's another example. On this plant, I did 2 graftings. But one branch broke off. Let me explain why it broke. Actually, a bigger branch from the tree above fell onto it, which caused my grafted branch to broke. You can see that below there are suckers growing, and those need to be removed. It's important to break them off so the graft can grow better. On this plant, there is only one graft that is growing nicely, and it's developing very well. Now, finally, this is my big mango plant on which I've grafted. I'll climb up and show you the grafts on this bigger tree next. Now we have come up to the top of this plant. First, look at this grafting of mine. It has started sprouting. This is my second grafting, and it has grown quite well. This is my third grafting, and it too has come into good growth. Right now, I'm at the top part of the plant, and here I need to do some trimming of the branches. Now, this is the fourth grafting on this plant. As you can see, my grafting here has also been successful. This is the 5th grafting, and it too has developed nicely. Then here is the 6th grafting, which is also doing well. Now this grafting has started showing good growth, and you can clearly see how well it is coming along. These branches, where I have done the graftings, are becoming very thick. Look here! This grafting has also become successful. And now you can see how thick the tree has become, and how thick its branches are where the graftings have been done. Now this tree has 2 graftings done on it, and both are of different varieties. These are very good varieties. Here you can see where the grafting was done. And at another spot, there is also one more grafting. But this grafting could not grow properly because on one plant, only 1 or 2 graftings usually succeed. This grafting could not become dominant, while the other 2 did. Now, if you look at this plant, I have also done air layering on it. Let's check whether roots have formed. Down here you can see a root is visible, but we are not going to cut the air layering because that's not today's topic. For now, let's move forward. So here is this tree. The question is, can grafting be successful on such a big tree or not? Look at its branches. Look at its trunk. Does it look possible to do grafting here? I'll tell you, yes, it is possible to graft on such a tree. But here, if we try to graft, the scion will not survive because it won't get enough sap flow. And that is why grafting fails in such places. But now, I'll climb up and show you where exactly I did grafting on this big tree. Look at this branch here. You can see I grafted on this branch of the big tree. And this grafting has grown very well. If I show you its height, you can see how tall it has become. And here, look, this is another grafting I did. This was a header, grafting, and it has also grown a lot. So, grafting on big trees can be done only where the branches are suitable for grafting. This branch that I'm showing you is not suitable. But this other branch is perfect for grafting because it is mature and healthy. Thick old branches are not suitable for grafting. Now, the graftings I did on the upper parts have become successful, and you can see how high they are. Now I'm going to explain the method of grafting. I've brought with me all the materials needed for grafting on a big plant. Here I have 3 scions and some tools as well. I'll now show you step by step how to use these scions and tools for grafting on a big plant. I have picked up the scions, and now I will show you one by one which scion is suitable for grafting. It also matters on which plant you are going to graft. But the very first and most important thing is the selection of the scion. Your choice of scion must be good. Look at this scion. It has many buds formed on it. These buds will sprout if I use this as a graft. You can see that above. There are plenty of buds ready to sprout. And even below there are healthy buds which can sprout and grow. This scion is perfect for grafting. Now, the second scion I'm going to show you, if we look closely, it also has good buds. But the important thing, here is the top shoot, the main shoot. On this scion is dominant. It always grows first and becomes active. No matter where you graft this, on a big plant or a small one, it will grow. The third scion is different. Yes, it has buds, but those buds are not yet mature. The branch itself is not mature, so it is not suitable for grafting. The upper part of this branch is also immature, so it will not sprout. So out of these 3, the one I would choose for grafting is the middle, one because it has the highest chance of success. Now, when preparing the scion, the first step is to cut off the leaf parts. This is done so that when we cover it with polythene, the leaves do not tear the covering. I have 2 grafting tapes with me, both purchased online. You can use any type, but both are specifically made for grafting. I will now cover the scion with this grafting tape. You must leave the lower portion uncovered, because that part will be made for fixing onto the branch. The rest of the scion should be covered. Important point. Over the buds, you should only wrap 1 single layer of tape, not 2. With a single layer, the buds can easily sprout out. If you put 2 layers, they won't be able to push through. So I wrapped 1 layer over it, and now this scion is ready for grafting. Next, let's talk about the tools needed. I have brought 2 branches here to demonstrate. At first glance, they look the same thickness, but there is a difference. You can notice it in their color. One branch has a lot of moisture inside, which is necessary for grafting. The other branch is hard and dry, which makes it unsuitable for grafting. Even if it looks thick, it doesn't have enough sap when you peel a branch. You must continue until the fresh inner layer with moisture, the white liquid, becomes visible. That inner layer is what keeps the scion alive. If you don't reach it, grafting will fail. Now, for cutting the scion, I use a sharp grafting knife. The blade must be very sharp because a sharp and clean cut is the key to successful grafting. I ordered this replaceable blade grafting knife online because my old one was not sharp enough. I've installed a new blade, and now I will shape the scion. As a beginner, it may take several tries to shape the scion correctly. The purpose of sharpening is to make the cut neat and precise so it can fit into the branch. I made the cut in such a way that the scion can be fixed in the center of the branch. It should not be placed on the side because when the plant heals itself, it will bind the scion firmly if it is in the middle. Now, after inserting the scion, I will wrap grafting tape around it to cover and secure it properly. So now, after tying the polythene wrap around the graft, if you look closely, you'll notice that the top part is still not fully covered. No matter how much we try, it cannot be completely sealed with just polythene. To protect the graft from water, I always use a special method: clay. Whenever I graft on a big plant or tree, I always keep clay with me. The reason is simple. Clay blocks water and air from entering. This ensures the graft remains safe and increases the chances of success. That's why my grafts usually become 100% successful. Now, I will carefully cover the entire graft with clay from all sides so that no rainwater or air can enter. It's important to seal it very well, making sure no gaps are left anywhere. Once I finish, the graft will be fully covered and protected. So now, our graft is completely ready. This is the exact method I use when grafting on big trees, and it works successfully every time. The purpose of making this video was to show you how grafting is done on large trees. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments section below. Also, you can suggest which topic the next video should be on. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel.